As students, you should be able to say to yourself after this lesson, I can understand what an in-text citation is, and I can understand how to put in-text citations into my own writing. This will be somewhat blurry. However, the purpose of an MLA, in-text citation, sometimes called a parenthetical reference or citation, is to help whoever's reading your article easily find your sources that are in your works cited page that correspond, or in other words, that go with the passage that you've paraphrased or quoted from the author slash article that you've gotten your information from. On your anchor chart on page 4, you'll see an example of an in-text citation from a website or internet source in which the author is known. So you have your transition lead in, then you finally have your quote, and then you simply give the author's last name. If there are two authors, you would simply say Smith and Jones, whoever's listed first and the next one. Or if after you've paraphrased information from an author, after you're done with all that author's information, you simply give the author's last name for these purposes, author's last name. Now, if you have an author unknown internet source and you can't find the author anywhere on that page, then after your transition lead in and then finally your quote, you're going to simply put the title of the article in quotation marks and note the punctuation on all of these too. Or let's say you've paraphrased some information from an article. Give the title of the article in quotation marks again. Same thing. You can refer back to this anchor chart. There are many ways you can put your in-text citations into your own writing. I don't like to interrupt the flow of my writing, so what I do is at the end, or anytime I use an author's ideas, I'll either quote them, as in this example, or paraphrase, as in this example. Then I go back to my draft doc and I go to the actual source of the article. So here's the source that it came from. And I've looked all over, spent a long time looking, but I can't find the author. So I'm simply going to use the article title, Aquarium Conservation and Research. And I remember that short works are put in quotation marks. Well, here's some more paraphrased information from a different source. So I've remembered what that source is. I've got it right here. This one wasn't used. Here we go. Let's see if I can get an author name. Okay, I've got right here, it says abc7.com staff. That's the author. So that's what I'm going to use, abc7.com staff. Can't remember what it was. Oops. Make sure that's exactly how it was written. Yep, no lowercase. So in one case, I've got the title. In another case, I've got just the author. And note the punctuation. I leave out any punctuation before my quotation of the actual words. and I put the punctuation at the end. Same with the paraphrase. I leave out that period at the end and I use it at the end of my parenthetical citation or in-text citation.